Hello, and welcome back to How the Hell Does Mage Work? Okay, so when you are going to cast a spell, there are two big things to consider. Difficulty of the roll, and how many success you need. Difficulty of the roll is thankfully very easy. On page 503, you can see that there is a chart that covers difficulty, and is basically just whatever your highest sphere level is, plus something based on coincidental, vulgar without anybody around, and vulgar with somebody around. If you're casting a level 1 spell with a bunch of people around, it's significantly easier than casting a level 5 spell with a bunch of people around. Now, what you can do at those various levels is well established and not the subject of this video. What we are going to talk about is base successes. And again, this is all running around page 503. So you'll notice that functionally speaking, we talk about needing a simple feat, a standard, a difficult, an impressive, or a mighty feat, and goes larger from there. Now, let's take a look at some dice examples here. So, okay. I am probably an average mage for our game at Arete 4. All right, so I have these 4 dice to roll. If I want to do something simple, such as lighting a candle, casting a perception spell, whatever, then I just need 1 success. So whatever my difficulty is, that's a really simple thing. So we're probably looking at 4. One of these needs to come out to a 4, in which case, cool, effect is done, carry on with life. Now, instead, however, we're going to say, I'm going to use Edward as an example. Edward is Arete 5, and is deciding to firebomb the room because we are in danger. Now, we're not even going to talk about difficulties. We're not gonna get all into that. Casting a fireball is a 3 success spell. If we put this in Dungeons and Dragons terms, it is wizard level 3. You need a level 3 spell slot. If we put this in Final Fantasy, you need, I don't know, a large number of mana points, whatever. More so than something else. But the core of it is that for this spell to go off, 3 of these need to be a success when I roll them. Now, what happens if that doesn't work? So let's say, for example, on round 1, Edward says, fireball, and a fireball doesn't happen. Well, you have the option to sort of continue casting, right? So the next round, I've got like 2 successes sort of banked, and I need 3, and on the next round, I roll again, and I get 2 more, right, at 1 higher difficulty. Cool. I have the successes I needed to cast Fireball. Now, because it is a 3 success effect, the way that works is that it does, functionally, 6 levels of damage. The type of damage we're not going to get into. Ag requires quint, yada, yada, yada. All ag requires quintessence. Depending on what sphere you're using determines what type of damage it is and or what you're justifying it as. Now, that's the core of it, right? That's the core of it. And I want to really just lock in the core of it. When I go to cast the spell as Edward, and I go, I'm going to fireball this person, then I need 3 successes. If I roll 3 or 4, effect goes off, carry on with life. If I roll less than that, I get to continue. However, that less than has to be half or more. So if I need 3 but I only roll 1, spell fizzles, sucks to be me, carry on with life. Now, let's talk about partial failure, partial success, or rather total failure, partial success, and extraordinary success. Okay, so on round 1, I roll 2 successes of the 3 I need. All right, so I've got Those 2 banked. I win. Now, I go roll my next round, and let's see, I spend a willpower. So we're gonna add a success there. I've spent a willpower on this roll. And let's say I manage to roll 3 more. So now, with that willpower, I have a total of 6 successes. This becomes what's called an extraordinary success, where I have gone 3 above what I needed, and I get something for free, basically. Bonus damage, critical hit, whatever. Now, if I hadn't spent that willpower, it's still a success and some extra, but I don't get anything special from it. Okay. Now, in that example, what happens here is 12 aggravated damage, right? Because I wanted to throw a fireball at 3 ag, or at 6 ag rather, 3 successes. Successes times 2 is damage. And what I got was this. So whatever is on the wrong end of this spell just did not have a good day. Okay, let's do another example. I am throwing a fireball or healing or whatever, 3 successes. The really hard stuff, the really sort of flashy stuff is generally at 3 successes. But I want to hit 2 people, right? I'm fireballing the room, whatever. So I need 4 successes. I need 3 for the base, and I need 1 extra for that extra person to sort of loop them in on the spell. So Edward goes and casts Solar Lance to disintegrate, yada, 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 yada. The flavor text doesn't matter. I want to do this much damage to 2 people. Okay. On my roll, I get 4. Cool. I needed 4. I got 4. I do this much damage times 2 to 2 people. First person, second person. Obviously, it gets larger from there. I want to do this much damage to 3 people. So I need 6 successes, right? Because I need first person, I need 5. Second person, third person. Okay, if I get really lucky on 5 dice, yeah, I could pull that off. Maybe with a willpower, our chances improve. But it still boils down to that much damage to this many people. Okay? If we look at some really impressive feats, okay, 5 to 10 successes. Let's do 4 successes. Conjuring a firestorm. Right, I want to do damage to everyone. I want everyone that is not me to have a really bad day. Okay. 4 success feat, right? Again, we're on page 502. Conjuring a firestorm is an impressive feat. Regenerating limbs. Transforming yourself into a dramatically different shape. Varsky, I'm looking at you. Mind control. Herbert, I'm looking at you. I need 4 successes to do it. Now, what that translates to in damage is functionally this much damage to everyone. And if you ask yourself, well, why not just do that instead of I do fire damage to 2 people, right? It's the same number of dice. You're not entirely wrong, but now what you're dealing with is different levels of a sphere. Forces 3 will let you sort of do I want to do this much damage to 2 people. Forces 4, you get into I want to do this to everybody. Forces 5, I would like to do this to the entire city, although that gets into down a rabbit hole of rules. Okay, in summation, TLDR short version. You have however many dice you roll. Difficulty is determined by highest sphere plus one of 3 things: coincidental, vulgar with witnesses. How many successes you need is based entirely on what you're doing. When in doubt, just ask. I want to do XYZ. How many successes do I need? If it is something that is super trivial, we're not even going to have you roll it, right? I am casting Prime Sight. Okay, like, let's not waste time. That is a trivial thing. The difficulty at that point is super low. Like, why bother? I want to curse a bunch of people. Okay, maybe we decide that the curse you're trying to do requires 2 successes. It's kind of a standard, I'm going to go curse this person. But you want to curse 4 people. Well, there's the first one, and then we need a success for each person. I'm going to say you need 5 successes, right? And again, so long as you get more than half of it on the first roll, you're good to keep going at a +1 difficulty. All right. Let's say you want to do a truly like epic curse. Brenna or Varsky or whomever wants to use life magic and just wither a limb like this. You know, we're taking dots away from this bad guy. Okay, if growing a limb is 4, destroying a limb's probably 4 also. So cool, we need 4 successes. I want to do this to a bunch of people. Okay, well, there's the first one. And then, like, however many people extra is going to be how many successes you need. So I want to wither every limb on this dude's body. Well, there's one arm, the other arm, and then both legs, right? So now we have turned this dude into, you know, I don't know, hang him on the wall and call him art, I guess. Okay. Hopefully this helps. Again, TLDR. Difficulty is pretty standard. We've got difficulty sorted out. When in doubt, just say, I want to do XYZ thing. How many successes do I need? And we'll be using the chart on page 502.